So on the agenda today, we'll be talking about IQ versus EQ. And then we'll take a deeper dive into emotional intelligence. And then lastly, I'll open up for frequently asked questions and offer some solutions and ideas of how to build up your EQ. So most people have heard of IQ, intelligence quotient. But as a refresher, let's just define it right here, just to have it in our minds, that it's the measurement of the relative intelligence of an individual. So what is emotional intelligence, though? Well, some people probably have heard of this. It's become more mainstream in a modern day. But for most people who haven't, it's not your fault. It's because it's not being taught really in schools, anywhere in academia. It's not even taught at work, where in fact you actually need it for work. So let's define that. Some of the most prominent psychologists and researchers who coined the term emotional intelligence is Peter Salovey and John Mayer. But the person who modernized the idea and really made it essentially accessible and popular is probably credited to Daniel Goleman. And his definition of emotional intelligence is the following: the ability to monitor one's own and other people's emotions, to discriminate between different emotions and label them appropriately, and to use emotional information to guide thinking and behavior. And that comes directly from his emotional intelligence textbook. The other thing I like that Daniel Goleman brings up is, in this case, he says what distinguishes great leaders from merely good ones. It isn't IQ or technical skills. It's emotional intelligence. So that was a very provocative statement by Daniel Goleman. Let's look at how IQ and EQ differ and really understand that they're both important, that this is not a one against the other. It's just the matter of emotional intelligence is absolutely necessary if you're going to rise up and become that leader today. So intelligence quotient, better known as IQ, is more, as we remember, recalling and categorizing and synthesizing ideas, especially scientific concepts, right? Logic, reading and writing and comprehending certain texts and language and things of that sort. Emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, EQ, this is where you are more conscious and thoughtful about your emotions, right, and how they impact others. You also understand how to manage those emotions, right, especially negative emotions. And one understands how to manage not only their emotions, but the time, their goals, right, and the resolutions. Now, Daniel Goleman and other researchers have defined emotional intelligence in 4 distinct but interrelated domains. The first is self-awareness and self-regulation. That's on the left side of the quadrant. And that's more like the self-management, how to manage your actual emotional underpinning and under your structure. The other side is the right side, which is empathy and social skills. This is more relational development, relational understanding. And we're going to take a deeper dive in each of one of these, but this is the clearly an understanding of how to break these into pieces and take these on individually.